Oh, hi. If you're a beginner or even an intermediate artist, I know you've seen these amazing artists with breathtaking abilities and thought, wow, that rendering's amazing. Or, wow, if only I could render like that. And then searched up how to render like said artist tutorials. Let me tell you now that you're wrong. Hi, I'm Atlas and I'm an artist. I've seen a lot of these rendering tutorials or people wanting to render better, when in truth, it isn't the secret sauce to fix your problems. This mostly comes from a fundamental misconception of what rendering actually is. In digital art, rendering is, at least in my definition, is zooming in on your work and painting the finer details of your piece. That's it. Rendering doesn't include adding lights or putting in simple base shadows, and this is what most artists find that they're missing: a strong base. While some tutorials or tips show you how to put in light, color, etc., merging all those art fundamentals into one concept is going to confuse the people who are watching those type of videos in trying to learn a little bit deeper. Just a few months ago, I was pretty lost in terms of painting light and using different colors in my artwork. That's when I received the advice.
70% of decisions in an artwork are made near the start.
And that really stuck with me as my whole mantra or principle of making any type of artwork. To break it down, this basically means all major factors of an artwork like the idea, the light source, the color, and the values are already on the page from the start, so the rendering part is only a nice afterthought. You can see this in examples like Bo Chen, the big boss of League Splash Art. In these thumbnails, after he sketches, he colors it in with grayscale, then puts the light source in, airbrushes his colors in over it, and you can already see the artwork looks amazing, even without all that rendering. Let's look at another example, Mai Yoneyama, an artist with a largely different style. We can see that once she puts the line art down, she goes straight to putting down base colors, shadows, and all the major stuff, then zooms in to refine her work. Yeah, sure, a nicely rendered piece with nice, intricate details and textures can look really nice, but you need a strong base to make that happen in the first place. Rendering is like an icing on the cake. The spongy base cake is the most important. Wait, what is it called again? Okay, it's called a sponge. Yeah, so the base of the cake, or the sponge, is the main component of the cake and provides the foundation for everything you do, like the frosting. The icing and the decorations are all secondary. I'm not saying you should ignore rendering entirely, hell no. If you ignore really polishing your pieces and leave it at unfinished state, your pieces will end up looking like mine. Finished, sloppy, with no sense of appeal. And I'm very sure you don't want that. I'm suggesting to you where to put your focus as an artist, rather than spend your time trying to find jelly art rendering tutorials. When you don't even know what shadows to put and where, it's not really the best use of your time. So what to take from all this? Two things. Rendering is not a divine intervention that makes your art look like red arms. Speaking from personal experience, in fact, a rendered piece of shit will still look like a piece of shit and not a cute anime girl. Unfortunately, I had to learn this the hard way. Also, just like how icing comes after the cake, establish your base first. Put down the color, shadows, and light before you hyper-focus on that one right eye you really want to make beautiful. Also, I still watch those rendering tutorials.